Morocco advanced to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup final after defeating France 6-5 on penalties, following a tense 1-all draw that lasted over 120 minutes at the Elías Figueroa Brande Stadium. In that very particular account, Morocco initially led in the 32nd minute through penalty by Yassi Zabiri, which deflected off a French defender for an own goal. Lucas Michel equalized for France in the 59th minute. Despite France being reduced to 10 men during extra time, neither side could find a winner in the penalty shootout. Morocco converted all 6 of their spot kicks, sealing a historic victory and a place in the final, where they will now face either Colombia or Argentina. France will contest the 3rd place playoff as well. So Morocco, they continue to do Africa proud. Kingsley, it is no gainsaying that Morocco, sports plan and their strategy is gradually yielding results, especially in football. Talk about their last Women World Cup outing, their first time of heading to the World Cup. They got to the round of 16, contrary to Nigeria that have never missed any of the World Cup, and we have not passed such round. Talk about the CHAN, they did great. You talk about the Women African Cup of Nations, they got to the final where they lost to the Super Falcons. Now under 20, they are doing exploit, getting to the final against a very strong team such as France. They find their way to the final. One of the first countries as well to qualify for the World Cup. Taking a look at how progressively they are developing in football, do you see Morocco maybe, just maybe, reaching the World Cup final, the senior level, anytime soon?
Before you even take a look at that, let me commend the under 20 boys. I think they've done so well. I'm really impressed with their performance so far. In this competition, they've beaten the heavyweights, the likes of Brazil, and now they just hosted out France, Stand. So you want to give it up to them that they have what it takes. So we've been talking about Morocco having a good foundation when it has to do with sport development, especially football. The other day, they have a 10-year football development plan. We'll talk about stats, and then you can see that is gradually yielding fruits for them as it stands. So you can't take it away from them. When you are intentional about something, of course you definitely will get that thing, no matter how difficult it is. And that's what Morocco, of course, they've done. Take a look at it. I think they're preparing for the 2030 World Cup, where they will also be, I think, co-host of that particular one. The stadiums are already ready. I told you the other day that they have to bring foreign experts to come train their local coaches to see what they could do. The last time Morocco went to the semi-final of the World Cup, it was a home-based coach that took them there. So you could see that they are really utilizing the homemade products and not looking at those guys out there and all of that. So you must have a bedrock, you must have a system that works. That's why when I take a look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria, you take a look at the fact that they don't have that pattern. You could say this is Super Eagles of Nigeria, this is their identity or whatever. You cannot see it. So you see now that this on the Morocco under 20 boys, they will graduate from this level now maybe to the senior team, and they will still play that same pattern of football. And at the end of the day, how do you expect them not to perform very well? They would definitely, of course, do well in any competition they find themselves. So there must be a system, just like we've seen in South Africa, just like Brazil is. Every Brazilian player knows what is at stake in the national team. They know what to do. They know the pattern and all of that. But when it comes to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we don't have that identity. We just assemble ourselves. Oh, let's go. We have good players, at the end of the day. But what do we have to present on the pitch of play? That's the big question, as it stands. So for me, good one for Morocco. Can they get to the finals of the World Cup come next year? I think it's very, very possible. If they've actually been that fantastic, being one of, I think, the first team to even qualify for the World Cup, as it stands, I think Morocco are really much ready. So let's just see what comes up. I can't just say they will get to the final. Let's see how the World Cup, of course, will pan out for them.
Which lesson should Nigeria take from what Morocco is doing?
A very big lesson at this point in time. Lesson of being focused. Lesson of being focused in our assistant when it has to do with sports, development. All right, you have to be intentional. Morocco, they were intentional about, okay, we want to develop football. They put up a 10-year plan of football development. What do? Let's get foreign experts to come train our coaches. Let's put up a fantastic sporting, facilities. Let's put our stadiums in order. Let's put up our sporting facilities in order, so that when we train these people, they will of course see, have to, continue to train themselves with the best of, sporting facilities in the country. So for me, intentionality is key at this point in time. You have to be intentional. When was it Eno or the former sport minister was around? There was a proposal or whatever. They said they brought a 10-year sports development plan in the country. How has we been? What have we done to maybe actualize that? In what sector? In what sporting federation or whatever? Have we been able to? Have that, of course, been looked into? So that is the question. We're not intentional in this part of the world. If we say we want to do something, you see this one, and you see so many things going just like that without any direction. So for me, I think if we have to develop ourselves, we have to be intentional about development, not just talking or writing things on paper, and at the end of the day, you never, fulfill it or try to make sure you actualize it at the end of the day. So for me, a lot of lessons for Nigeria to learn. At this point in time, other African countries are leaving us behind. But tomorrow, we'll still call ourselves Giant of Africa. I don't think we're really Giant of Africa.
Nigeria need to brace up and get back to the giant status quo that we were, because I can tell you for sure that for now, that giant status quo in the world of sport is being threatened and questionable as it stands, because you take a look at our football, right from the youth level where we used to have, strength, is going down. The under-17 boys, we failed to qualify for the under-17 World Cup. All right, under-23, we are not going to the Olympic. Under-20, Chan, we were disgraced out of the competition. These are issues. World Cup, we are struggling to qualify. All right, so I think that status of a giant in Africa, especially in the world of sport, is gradually going down, and time for we to rekindle that spirit and borrow a leaf from what Morocco is doing. Let's be intentional, do the right thing. Let's have a roadmap, a plan, say 8 or 10 years plan on how to take our sport forward. And I tell you, we'll definitely reap the benefits of that long-term planning with deliberate attempts towards, bettering our sporting, facilities, because Morocco has left us behind. They have left us behind.